So hello everyone, welcome back to the Codersarts. So in previous video we have discussed about the MVVM architecture, like how we can do all the setup in MVVM. So like we have created the student repository, student view model, like how the view model is going to implement it. So let's start with the UI implementation. So in this video we are going to implement the UI of the main activity and the register student activity. So now what we have to do, as we have implemented the view model and the student repository, so we have to write some code for the main activity now. So let's close all the tab here. Okay, so we have to just open the main activity. Once the main activity will be open, so you can close this and you can close this window as well. So you have to write some code in this home screen activity, which is called as the main activity. So in this, what we have to do, we have to initialize two variable here. Okay, so first of all, let's create the UI first, and what is the UI of this screen. So let's get started. So once we click on the activity main, like control dot click, so here you have to wait some time. Code is debugging here, so you have to write some code here. Okay, so now we have to delete it and change this layout to the linear layout. Okay, in this linear layout we have to write some XML code, like button. Okay, in this button we have to give the width will be the match parent and the height will be the wrap content, and also we need to do the some changes, like we have to give some id here, @id, which is button register. Okay, by using this button we can able to register our student. Now we have to write some code for the some text as well. Okay, so the text will be the register register student. Okay, so once it will be written, you have to close this, and in our home screen we also need to show some recycler view for the list we are going to show in our screen. So what we have to do, we have to use an Android recycler view. Okay, so this is the recycler view we are going to use, and it is also match parent, and the height will be the wrap content. And then we have to write some code for id. So this is recycler view. Okay, and in this recycler view we have to give some close this brace. Okay, so here we can see an error that it wanted to set the orientation. So let's set the orientation here, which is vertical. So as we can see, our UI is getting ready, and we also need some padding, which is approx 16 dp. Okay, and we have to use some margin from top as well, which is approx 16 dp. Okay, so this is the thing that we have implemented the student register button and the list we are getting from the local database. Now what we have to do, we have to write some code for the main activity. So what we have to do, we have to just use our the binding and the view model. So how we can implement it, we have to create some more variable here. What is the variable? So private late init variable. Okay, so late init is basically used for a later initialization. So we are using the view model, student view model, and then we have to create one more variable which is known as the binding. Okay, for binding, and we are using the activity main. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have the main activity binding class. So we have to, what we have to do, we have to first enable the binding, like on build.gradle file. Okay, and okay, so we have to write a clause here, okay, which is known as the view binding equal to true. So first of all, we have to uh, use the lifecycle method of the view model and the live data. So we are just writing the build feature functionality enable. So above the compile option, we have to write build features. Okay, in this build features, we have to enable our view binding. So once the view binding is enabled to true, so it is we are able to generate this activity main class. So let's click on sync now. So as the Gradle is building, it is totally depend upon the time of the Gradle syncing. So we have to wait for a few minutes. So it is taking time. It is totally depend upon the system to system. So for meanwhile that we can write some more code, like we can start with the activity, like for starting the new activity. So let's okay, so as we can see, like our thing is building. So this is the activity main binding. Okay, so here you can get the class, okay, for the data binding thing. Now what we have to do, we have to just write this view model initialization. So how we can initialize this? So first of all, we have to initialize the binding. So binding is nothing but it is activity main binding dot inflate. Okay, inflate, and we can just pass the layout inflator. Okay, so now our binding is ready. So in this set content view, we have to just pass the binding. So now what we have to do, we have to just erase it and just write binding dot root. Okay, sorry, root. So once you are initializing this, your screen is going to initialize, and then we have to write the code for the view model. So now what we have to do with the view model, we have to do with the view model is view model equal to view model provider. Actually, we are going to use the view model provider. So in this view model provider, we have to pass something which is the context. Okay, so this will be the context for in our case, and which is the owner, and then we have to pass the get method. This get method is going to initialize our view model. So this is the basically going to redirect to the all the oriental changes or any other system configuration changes. It can be handled by this get method. So we have to use the student view model dot colon class dot java. So this is how we can initialize it, and we also need to create one more binding. Like in our UI we can see like we have a button here. So how we can use the button? So let's use the first button for redirecting to the student register activity. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use this binding dot button register dot set on click listener set on click listener. Okay, in this click listener we have to pass our intent here. So how we can do it? We can do like we can just start an activity here. In this activity we have to pass a new intent. In this intent we have to pass this, and by using this we can use the comma and passing our activity name. So register activity colon class dot java. Okay, so we don't have this class right now, so we have to create this class. So we have to register student activity name. Okay, so let's create this class, create this class here, and then see what is going to happen. So click on new here. Once you for creating this class you have to just let me zoom in. Okay, so you have to click on this, click on new, and just click on the Kotlin class. Okay, in this Kotlin class you have to just go to this class name, we have to click on this UI and we have to go to new and just go to the activity, and in this activity we have to select the empty view activity. In this empty view activity we have to write our class name here. So what we have to we have to use this student register activity and just click on finish. Okay, once it is done, you are able to develop a new student. Okay, okay, let me delete this class and create another one. So how we can do it? We can just delete it here and click on OK and delete anyway. So in this we have to create our new one, which is the activity, and which is basic view activity. We have to select the okay, in this basic view activity we have to select this and click on finish. Okay, once it's done, yeah, once it's done, everything is here. Okay, we have to just use this class Java. So everything is done here. So our getter is building here. So that's all for this video. In next video we are going to create a register student activity UI, and after that we are going to create this adapter class, and by using this adapter class we can fetch the data from the local database. So thank you and being with us.